And we're back again. Grappling Dads. I forget which episode we're on.
112.
Paul here.
This would be 113.
Nice. Oh.
113.
Yeah, we're ahead of things again.
Yeah.
Without screwing it all up, hopefully.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Cross your fingers.
Cross fingers. Who needs real pro tip? We don't.
Get ahead, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
It gets confusing, they said.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
that's what I said. That's what I said.
So
forget what week it is, what we're talking about, what we talked about last week.
So this is becoming an issue.
Yeah.
Because we got the Flick Chat app, and I want to talk about stuff on there.
Yeah.
But it goes so fast throughout the week.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it clips through, and I'm like, oh.
I get lost. I'm
shit.
Like, did we talk about that?
Well, crap.
We talked about talking about it, but I don't think we actually did.
Or did the episode air before? Yeah, that's a good one.
Exactly.
Did the episode air? No, it didn't.
Because last week would be the taboo topics.
Yes, last week with taboo topics.
And I was going back
which
to
would
Flick
be airing
Chat.
this week,
right.
Like for us.
Right. So I'm going back to the Flick Chat, questions about taboo stuff. I'm like, did we talk about this? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. You would be amazed how quickly our own information goes out of our mind and never comes back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
a
like
thing.
Bathtub drain.
Yep.
Gone. Go down the drain. It's terrible.
It's never coming back.
So this week we were supposed to get a pro tip, but Croyler got busy, so that well ran dry. And you were excited to do one today, so I'm like, hold on.
Well, I wanted to do our show today.
Fair.
Didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
As you're like, dude, I'm scouring the internet. Can't find anything.
I found
it was a late notice.
Yeah, I found a weird site. What's it called?
Take the Back?
Attack the Back.
Oh, Attack the Back. That's it.
Yep, attacktheback.com. Wrote an article, and I actually thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I actually read some of this one.
Weird.
I was really bored at work.
It's short, but pertinent.
Yeah, and both of us have input on this one too.
Yeah, exactly. From a little,
not surprising.
From different belts.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, different one. Yeah, definitely.
All right, hey, before we get started on it, go Kip go.
All right. I always start with top mount.
Because it's right there.
I know. It's right in my face, and it's on my hat, and it's on your shirt.
Ta-da.
So look at that, people. We do wear this shit.
If you get on YouTube, for the love of God,
you can see all these things. Please go on there. We feel like losers. How do we keep getting subscribers, by the way, and not watchers?
It's weird. We get a lot of. I wonder if they just watch.
Because our subscribers were at like 46 forever. Like because we didn't do anything.
I wonder if there's people thinking they're going to learn jiu-jitsu technique, and they're like, "This isn't technique.
How do you unsubscribe?" Do you unsubscribe? Oh yeah. But anyways, yeah. Top Mount Apparel, topmountapparel.com. They work on all things jiu-jitsu from no-gi stuff, which they're going to be ordering some more of that, and then Paul and I will get what we asked for. We don't ask for much, but we did ask for some no-gi stuff, even though we don't need no-gi. Oops.
I'll wear a rash guard.
Well, I asked for shorts because I wear fight-style shorts pretty much every episode.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I never noticed.
I like being comfortable.
Check.
And fight shorts work. I'm not going to ever do no-gi. Don't even ask. But, yeah, they do great stuff. We have some great shirts like Paulie's wearing. The hat that I'm wearing is a custom hat, but you can get one just like it, just not as cool as mine. And but check them out on Instagram. Give them a follow. Once again, they're going to be at the Tap Out for Cancer, supporting their 3 athletes.
Support them. It's a huge,
guys.
Huge cause.
They have a shirt going on right now that you can go. It's all the proceeds go to Tap Out for Cancer. Do it. It's a great cause, and Al's a great guy. And once again, Paulie and I don't want to give him a bunch of money because you guys didn't. So, because we don't have it, we're poor.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, very poor. But we'll do it anyways. I don't even want a shirt. I just want to give you money. But yeah, definitely check them out. GD10 at checkout to save yourself a few dollars. And then we got Tap Tape. Use the tape, get the tap. Best stuff on Amazon that you'll ever find. And just search Tap Tape. And Death Grip actually will even still pull up the stuff that we like, which is the black stuff. Stays on really well. And great variety of sizes. It's good stuff. Yeah. I like it a lot. So try it, review it, try it
Try
again.
it again. Yeah. keep
Yeah.
trying it.
Yeah. Just keep going with it. I know everybody at our gym does, and a lot of you listeners already tried it, which we appreciate. Just keep on supporting the people that support the Grappling Dads.
Yep, do it.
And which another person would be Chad Pomeroy at Black Line Jiu-Jitsu in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Our classes are humongous. I'm getting closer and closer to being back.
I'm just going to kick out a wall pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, don't even ask anymore. Just run through it.
The next spazzy white belt is going through a wall.
Oh, it's perfect. What better use for a white belt or a broken blue belt? You could throw me to just right through a wall to expand the gym.
I like it.
I don't like it's a human wrecking ball. Perfect.
I see no potential problems with that at all.
Yeah. See, now you're picking on white belts again, though. Yeah, because we hate us some
I'm
white belts.
utilizing them. There's a difference.
You have a purpose now, white belt.
Uh-huh.
And we love our white belts.
True that.
So does Chad because we have a bunch of them.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're becoming less and less because we got had a bunch of people test.
Yeah, but they
October,
just keep showing up.
Yeah.
All these white belts.
It's true.
It's wonderful.
It's good.
So come check us out. It's a lot of fun there. Great kids classes. If your kids aren't involved in jiu-jitsu somewhere they need to be, we fully support all of that. And we live by it with all of our kids doing jiu-jitsu at Chad Pomeroy Black Line.
Do it.
The last person and fuels this show usually, not the last
today.
two. You son of a bitch.
Curler, you have one job. One job.
For this show. Many others.
It's not like he's even busy. Oh, my God.
I know. He has no life.
That's fun.
Or tons of shit going on. Anyways, Crow the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Check it out. Check out Just Jiu-Jitsu if you need a good old nap. And I'm never going to let that go.
It's the Just Jiu-Jitsu podcast.
No, Just Jiu-Jitsu.
For the new listeners, yeah.
Yeah, we don't care about them. Just kidding. We love you. We don't care about their podcast. Yeah, take that.
I enjoy Andrew's Would You Rather games. Can you bring that back?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh, my favorite, though, is I'm not a video gamer, I guess.
Yes.
But there's this, like, World of Warcraft, like, you lead down a path, and he leads Curler down the most uncomfortable paths possible. Like,
he really
if this
does.
happened, well, no, but then this happens. That's actually pretty fun.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
They're creative. They just, it's in between, what would you call it? Not nap time, but I don't know. Comatose?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's okay. It's okay.
I use it to fall asleep, too.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than a sound machine.
it's like it's your very own white noise machine.
Yeah, it's like,
but you don't have to pay for it.
It's like Waves, but you get it for free. But yeah, we love him. Love having the ability to pick his brain a lot, which we do. Paulie especially, because I'm broken, and most of the stuff you tell me, I would just forget.
Shame. It's because you don't write it down.
Yeah, never gonna.
It's a shame.
I'm honest about myself. But
it's
definitely
funny.
Check him out for a private lesson in Elkhart, Indiana. Have him in for a seminar for sure. He will blow your fucking mind. And, he's going to be in Ireland. We've posted about it.
Yep.
Go check him out, Pilgrim Jiu-Jitsu.
That's probably coming up pretty soon.
October, right?
September.
Yep. Holy shit, it is September, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
Have fun, everyone.
Do it.
No.
All right.
All right, go, Paul.
So, I wanted to do this topic for a very selfish reason.
Awesome.
I'm honest about it, right? I think everybody has the same thing, though. Well, not everybody. Some people. There's two.
Wow,
you're
doing really good here.
Hold on. I'm trying to keep on
You've
backtracking.
gone 3 directions already.
I'm going to backtrack until I find the thought process that I want to land on. There's 2 types of people in jiu-jitsu. The type of people that think they're better than they are and they're not getting promoted fast enough.
Okay.
Or the people that think their jiu-jitsu is shit and every time they get promoted they feel bad about it. Rarely is there a happy medium where
there's a third in there.
Yeah, but there's so few of those people that believe in...
So you calling me weird then?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah. You've gone both ways, though.
I did, but now I've kind of settled into...
So you were one way, then you went the other way, so...
I'm kind of in the middle now.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of...
I'm
Ben.
My point
is... It's called the Ben effect.
Fair enough. my point is you've been on both sides of the spectrum.
Yes.
And I have too. When I first started jiu-jitsu, I thought I was going to be a 6-month white belt and then right into blue. because I thought going
Power
into
through
it. Well, I thought going into it I was already good. Like I already knew.
Oh wow, were you wrong?
Oh, yeah, for sure I was wrong. But I was a tough guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't good at jiu-jitsu
sure.
at all. But I thought being tough was what made you.
Oh yeah, totally
good
makes you good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
So it was a fallacy in my mind.
That's
But the fact of the matter is, I was on that end of the spectrum. Like, why aren't I getting promoted? I deserve to be at least a few stripes or a blue belt or whatever. And then now I'm on the other end of the spectrum where I'm going. I'm being, I don't want to say pushed, but persuaded by everybody. Like, people mention it often.
Well, yeah, people seem to care more than you do. I care more than you do because I know you well enough. I know it's important to you.
It is,
but you're different though, because you wouldn't push yourself to go get it if there wasn't somebody else pushing you.
No.
So that was my place to do. Everybody else is just kind of an added-on prick because they're all bugging you about it now.
Well, a couple people have said things in certain ways to make it click in my brain where it's like, if you want a growth mindset or to grow in life or in anything, you have to set goals and push yourself.
Well, for sure.
So I'm like, all right, that resonated with me enough to make me go, okay, I'll give it the old college try. But I still have that thing in my brain where I'm going, I don't want to be that purple belt that sucks.
But you're not. But in your own brain.
In my own brain, that's what it is.
Because your brain's stupid like mine is.
So you can tell me, but you're not. But
Doesn't
how
matter.
I feel about my own jiu-jitsu is like, I still do that thing where I compare myself to other people.
I think everyone does. Oh, 98% of people do.
We'll go with everybody. Enough to
no,
make it
because
everybody.
the last thing I fucking want is Curler to come at me and be like, nobody does that. It's stupid.
Okay,
because that's what Curler does.
We won't be 100%
he just goes,
anything.
It's stupid, and you're like, well, that's not an argument.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not stupid. We're saying this is how people
It's still a
feel.
thing, though.
God.
Yes.
But for me, it's a thing. Like,
it is.
When I got my blue belt, I felt bad because white belts were still beating me. Albeit not a lot of them, but they still had those. They were just underneath me, right? But I'm getting beat by white belts, and that was an issue for me.
Okay, I can see that.
It's not now.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I understand.
You've also been a blue belt for 3.4 thousand years.
Maybe. Doesn't. Neither here nor there. I'm just saying, talking about mindsets.
I know. Yeah, I got you.
So now I'm on that. I'm older. I'm on the broken side. I only train 3 days a week if I'm lucky. There's a lot of other things going on in my life. Yeah. I can watch other people do stuff that I'm just not capable of doing because of
that's
my
everything
body.
For me currently. But yes, I
you
totally
understand that.
Totally understand.
So I just don't want to be embarrassed. Like if I, we'll call it team training, right?
Yeah.
So those guys come up, and a lot of those guys happen to be, younger, single, athletic.
Have free time.
They have free time. They have, they're in a different spot in life than we are, or I am. So I'm like, wow, these guys make me kind of feel bad about where I'm at. So you know what I mean. So
but
I get in my own head. What I'm saying is I get in my own head.
I understand, and I think a lot of people do.
Right. So I lament, and it's not one of those things where I'm trying to say, I'm not shitting on my own game in hopes that somebody praises it. Like I'm genuinely worried about representing.
Oh no, you genuinely shit on your own game.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah, I tried. I'm trying harder to have a good idea of where I'm at.
You're getting better at it. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think I'm getting better.
You are. You're getting better. You're still fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Because you think you're fucking terrible at everything.
Right.
But it's a less terrible thing. You'll have your little gleams of, I got this.
Right. So I'm saying it's a struggle for me, and I talked to, I think I mentioned this on the last podcast, I talked to a brand new blue belt who was saying, I feel like I don't deserve this because I have a bunch of white belts kicking my butt. Yes. And I told her the exact same thing that you told me and everybody else did. Like, stop comparing yourself to other people's games. Yeah. And as I'm uttering the words, I'm going, shit.
Yeah, you did mention this last week.
I did.
Like, shit, this is exactly me. Oh.
Yeah. So we're elaborating on that, where it's easy to give other people, like, cliches and platitudes.
Yes.
Right? But it's not easy to take them. Like, I'm not good at taking compliments.
Most people, let's be honest, most people aren't. It's hard. It's hard to take compliments because I don't know why it is. It almost makes you feel guilty. And it's weird.
It is weird.
It's like, oh, I shouldn't be getting that. Why?
It's like people can't say just thank you and appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, it's weird for us here. We have fans. Actual fans of this show and what we do. And I still can't take that.
Yeah.
It's still super weird to me.
When I get the emails when people sign up for the Patreon.
Yeah, which is just amazing.
Dude, it's jaw-dropping every time. It doesn't make any sense to me.
There's other podcasts that are bigger, much bigger than us,
much bigger,
that struggle to get Patreons.
Yeah.
And we're like, and we have you guys out there that are doing it. And it's amazing.
Yeah. So thank you, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Side tangent.
Thank you to everyone that listens, by the way. But special thank you
to those Patreons. To people throwing money at us.
Because, by the way, you guys are currently buying a new camera for right now, for right here.
Yeah, poor Kippy doesn't have his phone on him because it's recording us right now.
Yeah,
so I have to carry people that watch.
So I have to. Yeah, I know. No, I think it was 17. Big numbers, you assholes.
We hit like 23 once. We're like, whoa.
No, it's pretty good.
We have thousands of listeners and 23 viewers.
I know, we have thousands of listeners and like no one wants to see our face. Should we be offended?
Yeah, maybe.
Should we be offended?
It's like, I know I'm ugly, but just don't tell me that because it's still hurtful.
Don't put a fucking flashlight on it. Jesus.
Oh, here's another thing, like with jiu-jitsu related, like, I'm going to shit on my own game, but if you shit on my game, I'm offended.
Fuck yeah. Dude, I suck at this. Yeah, you do. Fuck you.
I mean, that kind of just happened to me a little bit. I'm like, hey, Croyler, what do I need to develop? Oh, your top half is shit. I'm like...
That really bothered you, didn't it?
It did. I'm like,
You feel scolded.
I did. I felt like, that's like a part of my game that I didn't figure...
Yeah, you just
I
didn't
should
think about
need
it.
work on at this point. I thought he was going to say, like, spider guards, some barambolos. You should add that. You're a purple belt, for Christ's sake.
No, I could have guaranteed you wasn't saying that.
You're not inverting correctly, Paul.
Yeah, that's where he's going to go.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
That wasn't it. So, regardless, I found this article about the BJJ belt system, expectations versus mindset. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I went through every belt level, white to black, and what your mindset should be and what the expectations are for you. And this is just one guy's opinion, and I'm sure there's dissenting opinions.
And if you want the right opinion, just listen to what we have to say about said writing.
I'm sure we're right. I'm sure, actually,
we are so right.
So it's not often that we agree with an article.
No.
It's really not.
No.
Like, we mostly, when we get articles offline, like to shit on them.
Yeah, well, they offered up to be shit on. Yeah. So here we are.
I like jiu-jitsu times for that reason. Like, a lot of times the article, like, I agree with points, and I'm like, that's eye-opening, and I appreciate that.
Yep.
And other points, I'm like, that is such horseshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, complete horseshit. But
I appreciate them for the content.
Exactly, I do appreciate for the content, not the fact that I tried to reach out to them just to let them know we were using their shit.
Radio
when
silence.
We got big enough, I was like, well, we should probably maybe tell them. Then they're like, fucking nothing. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck off.
How's their podcast doing?
Yeah, their podcast is killing it since 2017.
They pod faded.
Yeah, you did. But they didn't even, there was like 6 episodes, and they're like, well, we had famous people and no one cared. Bye.
It's weird that the interviews don't really do shit. Like, nobody...
They're starting to not to.
Yeah.
Starting to not to? That's not a good sentence. But yeah, they're starting not to.
Well, I think certain people that do interview shows do them really good.
Grappling Central, for some reason, people are just really drawn to him doing that.
Dude, he's got great guests. He's got great content. He knows what he's doing.
Well, and I think a lot because he's not the greatest interviewer I've ever heard.
No, he's not.
However, he's genuinely interested in everything those people are saying to him and about them. Yep. So I think that's kind of gives a little bit of the you're just a fly in the wall listening to a conversation.
I think he's got a really good formula. I really do.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yep.
It's working.
Yep. But when everybody tries to do the same thing, like he's already so far ahead of you.
Yeah,
it's hard to catch up. Because if you get all the same guests, like all the big name guests, like what are you gonna ask them? Yeah,
like the Gracie podcast or whatever it's called, Marty. I don't know. I've talked to him once or twice on Instagram, but like he had Helio Seneca on there, and it's like, it's already been done a bunch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not knocking him at all, not that he won't do a great job, but
I guess if you're a fan of that particular person, you'll listen to him on whatever podcast. But then you're like, what got you into jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, exactly. How many times can you hear that fucking question? What got you into jiu-jitsu?
Like you're racking your brain, like, what do I want to ask him?
So if you had a daughter, would you have them do jiu-jitsu? Fuck off.
Dude, I struggled with that so bad. Like, okay, we're having Croyler on. I'm trying to come up with a list of questions that aren't just like the standard,
bullshit.
But that's kind of what it goes to. Like,
yeah.
Like, how do you like your dogs?
But that's also
how do you train your puppies? I know you're into
your
that.
Your puppies are fucking adorable.
It's like, what else are you into? People listening going, I don't give a shit about his dogs.
Yeah, see,
I want to learn something.
Well, that's a real problem because he's a friend of ours. So it's like, you almost want to ask to be like, how's Makeshka?
Right.
It's like, oh, sorry. No one knows who that is.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, but this I read a good portion of this article. It's not bad.
Okay.
Not
okay.
bad. I mean, I got some thoughts.
All right, I'll get into it then. Without further ado. All right, journey to 1,000 jiu-jitsu instructors and ask about their promotion qualifications. And at a journey's end, you will find yourself buried under a mountain of arbitrary requirements. Should we prioritize self-defense or sport techniques? Should hobbyists and competitors be evaluated differently? What about a 20-something college athlete versus a 30 or 40-something single parent? How about a character? How about character? Must a person demonstrate technical and ethical depth to earn a black belt? I'm doing great already.
It's killing it.
Killing it. Given all this and the ability of our mat performance to quote-unquote speak for itself, do promotions even make sense?
No. Oh, sorry. Just blanket statement.
I think everybody should just be a white belt and call it good.
Nah.
No, I don't like that either.
No, I don't like that either.
Non sequitur. Before this those are all good questions. Like
those are all the questions.
And like he said, everybody has different requirements. Even Paul Elliott and Corley Gracie, have different requirements.
Oh yeah.
But I like what he said. Like after purple, like those differences start to kind of fade away a bit.
Yeah, they do.
But the fact is, the requirements and what they're looking for differ greatly.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and from school to school, like I've been to a few of them now, oddly enough.
Yes.
And yeah, they all judge different criteria. And not all, but some of them, I'm going to say a good half, I'm guessing on this, sandbag their students because they want their students to be better than their students.
You think it's 50-50? I think it might be.
I think it might be more than that.
It could be more than that. It just depends if it's a competition school because the competition schools are doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not even the students might not even realize, honestly.
Well, I think that's, I don't want to say a coach problem, but
it's a coaching thing.
We'll play hypothetical. We'll say we have a school and we want to have a competition school, which I wouldn't. Right? That's laughable. I get it.
Complete wrong side of that. So true.
But would we want our blue belts just getting murdered by everybody, or would we kind of hold back until we think they're ready to compete at that level, even though we think they're a blue belt? Like you roll good enough to be a blue belt, but if you're competing, I don't want to look like that school that has a bunch of sucky people. So I'm going to just hold you back until if I think you're a 2-stripe blue belt, you get your blue belt.
I think that's shitty.
I've actually heard that exact thing. Like I don't give out a blue belt until I think you're a 2-stripe blue belt. I've heard that from a gym owner. And at the time, it's kind of flattering. It's like, so if somebody gets a blue belt, they're super legit.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like you can look at it both ways. Like, bro, like I don't care that much. Like, I'm not a competitor. I just want to know that I'm improving. And so, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, everybody's a little different on that. So
I'll give you that.
Good valid arguments either way.
I think so. That's a tough one for me, though, just because I know for the most part everybody really is striving for those promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Croyler. I said it again. And
people want tape on their belt, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Put the tape on.
So, but yeah, I can get it. It's so strange to me that you would, I mean, I get that. I get the competition side of it. It's like having, it was like in the Little League World Series years ago where they literally doctored up someone's birth certificate. And he was astronomically bigger than everyone else and was striking everyone out. And they're like, oh yeah, he's like 20.
I remember that.
So it's the same idea because that's extreme sandbagging, but actually cheating. But I get that, but think about it in that same sense. You're waiting till they're a 2-stripe white belt when they're going against like a baby blue from another school. Well, now you've just put a 2-stripe blue belt against a non-striped blue belt.
Here's another interesting.
So isn't that kind of that's that's.
Well, then you have mindsets too. Like you'll have a tough guy school, and then you'll have, I think, Henry and Huron. Their whole shtick is keep it playful, right?
Yes.
So there's two. Diabolically isn't the right word, but very opposing. You know what I mean? They're just so different.
You almost made me lose my drink. Diabolically? What? All of a sudden we're talking about evil villains.
It's evil. Like there's evil and there's good.
Good effort.
So, so Henner would argue vehemently about you don't need to go 100% in rough and tough all the time.
No.
But he might go, we just play all the time. And on one hand, I think that's really great for longevity and keeping students and not getting hurt.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if those students become a blue belt and all they do is keep it playful all the time, and they roll with a guy from the Midwest that used to be a wrestler that's just hard-nosed, and they come into that school, they're going to have a rough time with that guy. It's just different. Like, I think, and that'll go away after purple, brown, that discrepancy might eventually leave. I don't know. I'm not there. And I don't roll with enough people from all over the country to understand that. So that'd have to be on like Croyler and Paul, because they roll with enough people to understand.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They've been to enough schools to get it. Oh, okay, they roll like this, they roll like that. We talked about that Midwest wrestling style, like everything is just hard and beat to shit and smash and smother. And then people from Europe and like California are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing?
So, it's just different mentalities, mindsets.
Yeah.
So,
I think I'd fit in out there.
Yeah. So, you got that, too. So, you got different ways of training depending on where you go, too. So, expectations are different between one school and another, one region and another. It's just,
Yeah, Californians, send us some plane tickets. We want to come out and
I want to check it out.
Just be our normal selves.
I want to flow. I don't even know how to do
Only
it.
2 tickets because we don't want to bring anyone else?
No, we can't afford to.
No, just 2.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Maybe 1. I'll fit in a suitcase.
Yeah, I'll just drag them along. It's fine.
All right. Before this last question causes our discussion to immediately implode, let's agree to this. Promotions exist and belt colors are established. And admittedly, promotions are useful incentives or potent rites of passage for many people. Very valid point.
Yes.
And I actually really like the rites of passage thing because we don't have that in the society, which is why I think a lot of young ladies and young men just don't know when they're an adult. There's nothing that they have to go through to prove themselves, and I think that's important.
It could be.
That's why I like Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, stuff like that. There's a little bit of rites of passage.
There is.
Then you get to like the extremes with the, some of the, Native people, they hang from hooks and.
Oh, cults?
I mean, you do you. All right. Yet the challenge.
Some people call jiu-jitsu a cult.
It can be.
All right, we'll talk about that another time.
Another time. Right. Yet the challenges broached above are neither trivial nor easily solved. So instead of getting lost in these weeds, let's focus on 2 things in the BJJ belt system: expectations and mindset. Using these
mindset, how you feel, by the way. This is the way I take it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Exactly. I hate mindset.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mindset. No, it's how you fucking feel and deal with it.
Yeah, here's general expectations from coaches,
Mm-hmm.
and here's the general mindset of the students, basically.
Yes, I like it.
Right. Using these broad, though perhaps abstract concepts, maybe we can creep toward a more universal understanding of what each belt is meant to represent. So we start out with the white belt.
Shocker,
right?
Out of left field.
So I talked about my expectations. I expected to go in and beat ass. I won a cage fight. I won a tough man contest. I've been doing, air quotes, people, jiu-jitsu in my basement
jiu-jitsu?
for like a year, maybe even 2. So, my expectations were I'm the tough guy. I'm going to go in there and smash.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I'm going to blow by this white belt bullshit quick.
Yeah.
Especially because my first coach, I heard, got his blue belt in 6 months. But they said he was a wrestler, D1, blah, 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 and then he got his within 6 months. I'm like, well, I wasn't a wrestler, but I've been doing this long enough where I think I know what's going on. It turns out I couldn't have been more wrong.
Yeah.
Different
Sorry,
shit.
buddy.
Anyway, expectations. Things here are simple because of very little is expected of the white belt in the BJJ belt system. Show up with some regularity, work on what's taught, ask questions, and discern between enthusiasm and spazzing. Avoid the latter to minimize injuries for all.
Please.
So, yeah, white belts take note. Enthusiasm is great.
Yes.
And I'm going to go with enthusiasm as people like we talked about before, Larry. He sees a new movie, he's like, oh, that is the coolest shit ever.
Every time.
Super excited. Like, be enthusiastic about learning.
Yeah.
About, oh, that's
and
really
seeing
cool.
New moves and all that stuff.
And trying and, trying to do the warm-up. So however your school does it, whatever they emphasize, like, do your best. Give a shit. Look like you care.
Yes.
Hopefully if you're doing it, you do care. But...
I'm just here because my mom made me. Dude, you're 25.
I know, right? I needed to buy friends, and this seemed like it was just around the block.
The 7-Eleven's right there, so I just thought I'd come over here with my Slurpee.
Yeah, but realize that spazzing and winning is not expected of you. So stop spazzing to win, because that just makes you an asshole.
And it puts you in a bad position because you're going to... We've talked about this so many times, but I think it needs to come up every episode. And is... Because I did it, and Paul did it, I know, is we would go too hard, and then we would literally force the hand of the higher belt rolling with me to fuck me up. And I'm just like, oh, shit. Why does this sport hurt so much?
I seen that happen not too long ago with an over-enthusiastic person that just, oh, you want to be like that.
Yeah.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Dude, it happens. And it's like, I'm telling you from experience, enthusiasm, awesome. Spazzing and freaking out and using your muscle.
The opposite of awesome.
The opposite of awesome. And guess what? You do it to the wrong upper belt, and not a bad person upper belt, just the wrong one on the wrong day, you're going to get your ass handed to you, and it sucks.
It's like this, man.
Morgan handed my ass to me multiple times because I was flailing around, and it took me so long to realize that she was just trying to teach me, well, don't do that, don't do that. Oh, you're stupid. Now I have to make you not do that. Yeah. So, yeah, just a little word of advice.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, you're not getting stripes and promotions because you're tapping people out. You're getting those because you're learning jiu-jitsu and you're using proper technique. So, advice is use the one technique that you know when you're in that position. Other than that, just try to kind of keep moving, keep busy, but don't...
Maybe try to use what you were shown, that technique that day. Try to implement it.
If you're super new and you're rolling, just go, hey, can we start in this position? And then when we're out of this position, reset. Because that's the only thing I can do anyway.
Or ask questions. Like a lot of times a big part of it is you don't want to be a bad roll as a white belt.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, too.
You really don't want to be a bad roll. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just boring.
I'm sorry you're stuck with me. Well, how about this? Most of the time, it's not bad. All the blue belts, they're going to make the best of it. The purple belts will teach a lot better, and so on and so forth going up. But even if a lot of times the blue belts get with white belts, and just relax and go, hey, how do you do this? Or start rolling and just get swept 19 times because you're trying to hold your base and you don't know how. Then go, how the fuck do you do that? And how do I stop you? Mainly, how do I stop you from doing that?
Yeah, you're allowed to pause a roll.
Hell
and be like, whoa.
How?
What are you doing right now?
So that was magic. Show me again.
Yeah. Well, I do that with Kroiler on occasion. If he does something super silly, by silly I mean proper technique that I haven't seen before.
Yeah. Completely silly.
I'm like, whoa. And I'm looking at him like, you grab my hand, and it just looks like you're grabbing my hand, but the way you're doing it, it's just ruining what I'm trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like the foot thing that he does.
Yeah.
When he grabs your foot. Yeah. And like other people have tried grabbing my feet. I'm like, fuck off.
It's how he does
it.
But
the way he does it, it's like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is holding my foot.
Yeah, he'll give you 95% of what you need, but he'll do that one thing.
That makes it impossible.
Yeah, exactly. So find those things and be fascinated with them and ask questions and learn.
And if you're finding yourself, there's another type of person that just gets frustrated when that happens. So when you're frustrated, then ask a question.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about this before, why does a technique not work? It's just a very recent podcast we did.
Yep. It was a good one.
Yeah. But people do. They get frustrated. So they're like, all right, my trap and roll isn't working.
Yep.
So then they just try to do bullshit.
Or
like,
muscle the fuck
exactly.
out.
So,
or like speed. That's a big one with the bump. There's like, I'm going to speed it past you. And it might work occasionally, but not on an upper belt. Not on somebody that knows how to hold their base.
Right.
Their hooks are going to be in, and it's just going to look stupid.
Yep. So here's what you do. Like, okay, you're a one-stripe white belt or no-stripe white belt or a blue belt. I don't care what belt you are. But a curler gets on top of me, and I do my standard trap and roll. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't work. So then I learn another technique to help that trap, roll. He bases out, so then I go immediately to an elbow. Yep. Well, of course, he defeats that, so now I go to step 3. But I'm learning my way through it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not just spazzing and trying shit that I've never learned before, trying to... and I have done that. My point is...
Oh, yeah, I think most of us have.
And I'm trying to say don't, because that stifled my learning.
Oh, for sure.
Is what it did.
Well, so. You're the person that brought that to my attention. You're like, you're not helping. Like, you're not going to get any better if you keep doing this. I'm like, yes, I will.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
You ingrain bad habits
Yeah.
by doing shit that you haven't learned.
Yeah.
Especially if you have success with it with other white belts. Like, no, but it works. I don't care that it works on another white belt. Will it ever work on a black belt? If you're both black belts, will that move work? No.
Shit, will it work on a blue belt? Probably not.
Well, let's just take it to the nth degree, though, right?
Black belt, don't do it.
Yeah. Has anybody ever taught this in class in the 1 year that I've gone? No.
Why am
Does
I
that
doing
tell me anything at all?
Let me lament a little. No, I guess I shouldn't be doing it.
But a lot of people do. So all I'm saying is kind of mind your jiu-jitsu. Like, just work on the stuff that you know.
If you want to get better,
rather than impress people that don't give a shit anyway.
Yeah, they don't care. That's just the thing. When you get let's say, because I've even heard, did you see me get that tap on that blue belt?
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard it, and I'm like, whoa. I was like, shut up. I just wanted to walk over there and zip it.
Probably it was a gift.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, that's a dick move. It's a dumb thing to say.
It's a super douche move.
And even if it wasn't
I don't
given,
think the guy meant it that way, but he was just proud of himself.
Maybe.
But it's uncouth. Don't do that.
Like, it's okay to say, I had a good roll, everything came together today, I felt good about it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But when you start bragging about tapping people, like, you've crossed a line. Don't do that.
No, you can be super excited that you got a tap from somebody, but especially blue or purple and you're like a 6-month white belt or less, guess what? 99.9% of the time, it was a gift. Or at least part of it was a gift.
Or they're working on something that they're not good at yet.
Yeah, and you caught it.
And weird, it didn't work on you.
Yeah.
Like, you're good enough to make it not work on a blue belt trying to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah. Stop it.
But,
But we get it. We've all been there.
I've been there. And I've been there way too long. So a big part of this podcast.
Yeah, you bought stock in that shit.
A big part of this podcast is trying to get you, dear listener, to not do the dumb shit that I did for way too long.
Or me.
You did it way less than me.
Well, that's because I had you to go, wow, you want to know how stupid I looked? You did teach me anti-jiu-jitsu, though.
I did, and I apologize for that.
You should. You should.
It's still my worst favorite episode.
I know, it's so bad.
I couldn't wait to get it off my shoulders because it's kind of like a kid that lies to his parents. You know what I mean? And they're like, I feel better even though I'm in trouble that I had to say something.
Yeah. It feels good to get it off your chest.
Guilty conscience as fuck.
Yeah.
But, all right.
That was funny as hell.
All right. All right. Mindset. Constructing your mindset at white belt may be the most critical thing you can do because here's the ugly truth. Relative to others, you will not perform well, but you're not expected to. It is normal to feel self-conscious when lacking proficiency. But remember that there is a better word for making mistakes. That word is learning. Weird. Appreciate this early and find personalized ways to maintain your commitment to learning. Laugh at your mistakes and take pride in your victories, however small. Yet overcommit to neither because they will ebb and flow. Finding the coping skills to overcome self-imposed disappointment will facilitate your progress along your entire jiu-jitsu path. Didn't say journey.
It did 13 times to start off the damn thing. You're lucky I got through that first paragraph when I was reading it.
I was waiting to be interrupted about that.
I let it go because it wasn't, it wasn't on purpose.
Yep.
It wasn't Paul or Corler just inserting it into paragraphs for no reason.
This article is the reason we hate those words, just because it's just so ingrained in
everyone.
Yeah.
In everyone. I've made you hate them. A little bit.
A little bit. I hate them for sure.
Yes.
But you hate them so much more that it's despite my hatred, it's fun for me to watch you hate them.
Yeah, I fucking hate them. Like,
it's kind of like this.
And everybody thinks I'm kidding until you get me started on it, and I can't stop. I just freak out.
I got a good analogy, a personal one. So at work we have a phone system that if nobody's in the front office, it goes ding, 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 and it's loud as fuck over the intercom system. And nobody knows how to answer the phone.
Gotta hear it off the machines.
Like, I have no idea how to answer the phone. Nobody knows how to answer the phone. So it just dings forever. And these people that are calling in, I don't know why they call in because everybody has cell phones now.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're calling in. And they keep on doing it over and over. So you'll listen to this shit for like an hour straight of some stupid asshole trying to get through the phone.
Ugh.
That's
super annoying.
It's infuriating. Like, it's so maddening. And I hate it. Like, I got to the point where I shut my machines down. I walk outside. Like, I just can't do it. Usually it happens on the weekends when there's no office person.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Point is, to the story, is somebody that I don't really care for at work also hates it. Me watching him go batshit crazy over it actually made me happy. So I looked forward to the stupid bell because I could watch him lose his shit. It's
that seems
Schadenfreude. That's what that is.
Yeah. Fucking sucks.
Not a good person.
No,
that's okay.
No, you're not, asshole.
Still hate the guy. Whatever.
Still hate him. Even more now, actually.
Yeah. Now that I brought it up, hate's still alive. I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but basically, laugh at your mistakes rather than get all infuriated with them.
Oh, yeah, well, and that's what I said. I understand frustrations come about, but especially when you're a white belt, just relax and realize you're supposed to fuck up. You're not going to be good, and when you are good, it's not making you, like when you suddenly pull something out of your ass and you make it work, guess what? No one gives a shit. Just as much as they didn't give a shit that you fucked it up. Does that make sense? It's great. Everyone, I used to look at it as like, oh, we treat white belts like shit. But the more we've talked about it, the more I'm like, no, we have the right setup for it. Like, yeah, we have no expectation for you. We expect you to do your best. That's it. But the only problem is people take that to the nth degree, and then they do treat white belts like they're fucking fodder. So,
yeah. But
if you're in the right gym, your right place, this is exactly right. Just don't be a spazzy psycho.
Yeah, realize that nobody expects nothing of you. So maybe bring I don't want to say like lower your own expectations, but don't put so many expectations on yourself that you're miserable.
So much onus on it that you can't let it go.
Yeah.
If you're getting frustrated in class as a really new white belt, 6 months, somewhere in that, and you're getting super, super frustrated, talk to somebody. Grab an upper belt. Yeah, it's normal, but exactly. Talk to somebody. Talk to your coach. Talk to an upper belt. Talk to another buddy white belt and be like, wow, you don't look nearly as pissed off as I do.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be pissed. Like I said, it used to hurt my feelings. Oh, you're just a white belt. Then I owned it. I'm like, yeah, I am just a fucking white belt. I can be as stupid as I want to be as long as I'm not hurting people.
Yep. Precisely.
Perfect.
You get it. All right, blue belt. Expectations.
Oh, this is me.
Yeah. By now, your movements look different than when you began. You may not be aware of it, but your instructor sees it. Most common positions in jiu-jitsu are not dogma, but rather generations of experience revealing effectiveness. You should find yourself in these positions more often and even have a couple that you prefer, with associated techniques. Sparring should feel less like constant scrambling. There will even be occasional moments in which you know precisely what to do. So see?
Moments of clarity.
Yeah. It takes... We're just going to go on averages, right? We'll say 2 years.
Yeah.
We'll throw a number out. Like, I get people get it in 6 months, and I get people get it in 7 years. But let's call it 2 years. That's a long time, sort of. Not relative to your entire jiu-jitsu career, but it's a long time because 2 years is 2 years, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, it's a long segment of time.
But it takes that long until you get comfortable with positions and go,
Yep.
I know what to do here. I have these things that I like to do. I'm starting to get a game. I'm not looking so stupid. I have a little bit of an understanding. So I don't just know where the pieces move. I know how I should move the pieces.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah.
When it starts to happen, it's amazing.
It's different. It's kind of like, we talked about this before too. Like the first time I landed a technique, I'm like, why'd they let me do that?
Oh God, you probably remember the first time I was like, my scissor sweep worked. I'm like, somebody gave it to me.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'm like, it happened again.
Yeah, I felt that the first few times I arm drag somebody, I'm like, oh, they're just like letting me do what I want.
Yeah, because I've tried it so many times before.
Yeah, and it just
did
failed.
nothing.
Yeah, but there's so many nuance and like little minutia in the techniques.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That, the simplest technique has, when you break it down, so many different steps that are dictated by what exactly your partner's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So every little thing you do has it depends.
It depends.
After it. And maybe this is just the way I feel because I have to break it down to a smaller level, and it shouldn't be like that. Like maybe I'll get over this feeling I have, but that's what it is right now. It's like, oh, okay, so I need to do a lot of things dependent on what my partner's doing, and then I can get it to work. But if I just like go, okay, grab here, turn here, kick here, that didn't work.
Why didn't it work? I did all the steps.
Maybe it's because he's sitting way back down on his ass. I don't know. But
that's the funnest one. Especially I'll just use the scissor sweep because that comes up a lot for me. But it's like when new people are trying the scissor sweep and they do it in the worst fucking position possible. Like the person's completely lean back, steady on their base, and they're like, I'm going to scissor sweep you. No. Even the person with the worst base in the world is going to look at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how's me on your back feel? It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually you're when you're new, like you're trying new techniques, you're trying to learn them. And then you're trying to do them on people that kind of know what you're doing, even to a small extent. Yeah. Like it takes you so long to set something up and you're so obvious about setting it up.
Yeah, it's
like,
bit by bit by bit.
Like,
it's like that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm glad you're methodical about it. Also, that's ruining what you're trying to do.
It's called telegraphing. I'll send you a clip.
That's pretty much it. All right, mindset. You worked hard on your movements. Yep. Okay, mindset. You've worked hard, and your movements are resembling jiu-jitsu. Receiving a blue belt is like your instructor saying, "You're one of us now." Sadly, many reply, "Thanks, I quit."
Damn it. He's right.
AKA the BJJ blue belt curse. Well, don't quit. A jiu-jitsu blue belt is an acknowledgement of your efforts. It's not a feat meriting requirement. It is a certification of participation, not completion. You finally acquired some baseline skills that make learning easier. So, get on the mats and explore. Try everything. Stick with what comes naturally. Plant a flag in what is challenging. Some white belts may still give you trouble. This is normal. You are not a fraud. Just keep exploring, keep refining, and keep training. Yes. That's a big thing.
Like it's huge.
The white belts beating you and then feeling like a fraud, like the conversation I had with the person I just got their blue, and myself not wanting to feel like a fraud. Yep. Like I don't want that, and neither does most anybody else.
Yeah, who does?
That being said,
I love being a fraud.
Right? That being said, like you get a blue belt and then you're still getting beat up by white belts. You're like, ugh. But I'll tell you a story. We have a particular white belt that taps out purple and brown belts occasionally because he's a freak of nature. This shit happens.
Yeah, sorry.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, shit happens.
So, hypothetically, let's say I get my purple belt now, and I'm going to roll with a brand new blue belt. Mm-hmm. I'm going to struggle.
Yes.
Like, he has every opportunity to kick my ass because he's able to.
Yes.
So I can go, well, I'm a fraud because he just got his blue belt, and as a purple belt, I should be able to handle baby blue belts.
Yeah.
Interestingly, this is a conversation I had with Paul Elliott because I talked to both him and Croyle. I'm like, and I give him my save reservations about becoming purple, and
they just tell you to get over it. Okay.
Pretty much. But Paul had really good advice. He's like, look, don't expect too much out of a purple. Like, it's just the beginner advanced. Like, you should still struggle with some blue belts. You should be able to, for the most part, handle baby blue belts. Like, they should just relatively be easier. But you're always going to get that one freak of nature, like we have. Ryan.
You mean like me?
Yes, like exactly like you. Like, but like Ryan, like he gives everybody trouble.
Yeah.
He's just that guy. But he's given everybody trouble since day one white belt.
Well, that's because he had experience in
exactly.
There. So, yeah, which is, you are going to get people like that.
But you got to keep that
happen.
in mind. Well, there's jiu-jitsu hobos like what I did, because I didn't get ranked forever, and I'm a 0-stripe white belt that's got like 7 years experience, and I'd go into a gym that I haven't been to, and they're like, oh, a new guy. Why is a new guy beating my ass?
Why am I tapping the new guy 3 seconds in?
But you're going to have those. Don't let them take away from your journey.
Fucker. Progress.
Suck it.
Progress, you son of a bitch. Progress.
I knew, but it's just more fun to say path.
No, it's not. It's bullshit. You said path, fucker.
Oh, my bad.
Dick.
So, yeah. Getting your mindset around that is always positive. So, yeah, it's normal. You're not a fraud. Keep exploring. Keep refining. Keep training. That's it.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
All right, purple belt. Expectations. Ooh. Like a blue belt, your movements resemble jiu-jitsu, but increasingly fluid. There are still gaps in your knowledge, but you have specialty positions and techniques as well as some backup plans. Oh, well, shit.
Well, Paul's not going for purple belt now.
You chain attacks and have developed some defense and counters. You may be you may be asked to guide lower belts technically. Do it. The best way to learn is to teach. Unless you're stupid. I'm just going to throw that out there. No, for real though, like if you're green lighted to help people, at least the stuff that you're competent at, for sure do that. Help people out.
That's a big part of this. That's why it feels so much like a family.
Like we said over and over, adopt a white belt. Help them out.
Yeah.
You know, bring everybody up.
Like Paul did for me.
Yep, the better they get, the better you'll get. It's I'm not saying it's selfish, but it is.
You gotta be selfish sometimes.
Be a little selfish. All right, mindset. Your skill allows you to experiment with the lower belts, and you should. You've been tapped enough by now to know it's part of learning, so open up. Remember the flags you planted at blue belt? Revisit them and either make things work or understand why they don't. Focus on your weaknesses. Don't just collect techniques. Start asking yourself why techniques don't work. This will facilitate troubleshooting. That's kind of where I'm at right now, which is actually great.
Yeah, you've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, the more I train, the better I get at stuff, the more fun it is.
Yeah.
So as fun as you think it is at white belt, even though I know it can be frustrating, like some people are more frustrated than others, and I understand that. Like your level might differ. Like somebody might be super frustrated, and somebody might go, I don't give a shit, I'm still having fun. Chances are there's some level of frustration.
Yeah.
And there's always that level of, I don't know what I'm doing. Like whether you care or not, there's still that, I don't know what to do from here. Or I'm always getting stuck here. Or I'm always losing.
Yep.
Once you start getting towards purple, like, even if you're getting your ass kicked, you're doing it gracefully and in such a way where it's still fun. Like you're still using techniques, you're still flowing, you're still, unless you roll with Croiler. There's my caveat.
That's a caveat that has to always be in there. Unless you're rolling with Croiler, then it all goes to shit. Or Paul,
I was just going to say that. Paul's going to go, hold my beer.
Yeah, fuck.
Watch you not
gotta
have
respect him.
any fun.
Hey, that fucker's coming up.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to pick his brain. This is going to be great.
Yeah, we did it last time, and we're going to do it again.
But my point,
I have no one home stopping me.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
My point is, it's the more you learn and the better you get, and then you start experimenting and you have your A game, so to speak. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like it becomes more fun the more you learn. It's not like it gets monotonous because there's so many different things to learn. It's almost, if not infinite. So, it doesn't get boring. It just continues to get more and more fun in my experience.
I think so. It looks really cool from here.
Yeah, I mean, even Croiler, who, I mean, it's just nutso that he knows as much as he does. He's a freak of nature.
He really is.
But he'll go, I had this really big bucket of knowledge, but it pales in comparison to his master, Stambowski.
Yeah.
He goes, it's not even in the same realm.
No.
And to me, I'm going,
how is that possible?
It doesn't compute.
How is that possible?
It's like trying to, like, I'm math stupid, right? So, like, trying to teach me calculus when I don't know basic geometry, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, those are some cool little lines you're making.
That's adorable. It looks neat.
Is that artwork?
Yeah, right.
I think it's artwork.
Yeah, just put a beautiful mind in front of it. We'll call it good.
Yeah.
All right, brown belt. Expectations. Though having areas of specialization, your skills are much more comprehensive. In many ways, you resemble a black belt, perhaps with slightly less refined timing or fluidity of motion. You have explored the technique in depth and can articulate your knowledge to others. Defense, offense, it doesn't matter. You have a game plan and rarely find yourself completely out of your depth. That makes a lot of sense.
It does. And it really fits to what I know as a brown belt, which is the shortest of all belts for a lot of people, because it's just that transitional belt from purple to brown. Yep. I mean to black.
Yep.
Like it's a very transitional belt, more so than I think any other belt.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, like if you're a brown belt or a black belt, you're kicking my ass.
Yeah.
I can't tell the difference.
No, especially if you get, especially if you're like Vic and you just refuse to get a black belt.
Oh, come on, Vic. Get
Let's
your
go,
shit together.
Vic. He's one of Curler's guys, and he's a fucking beast. And he's the size of a pipsqueak, and he'll kill me.
He was the first time that I rolled with a brown belt where I thought legitimately I was doing good.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm proud of the way I'm rolling. And then I understood really quickly thereafter when he rolled with Chad, who just destroys me. I'm like, oh.
He was being super nice, wasn't he?
He was just playing with me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. I hate my life.
Claude was saying, like, when he gets bored, he, like, wraps his belt around your neck and gives you wet willies and shit like that. He didn't do that to me last time, which
you should be proud of.
I should be proud of that. I'm not sure if he just didn't do it or if he wasn't that bored. I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
Probably
I have his number now because it was his birthday.
Nice.
All right. Mindset. Foremost, this is time spent patiently polishing one's skill set until deemed sufficiently smooth to receive a black belt. However, although not as well known as the blue belt curse, this can be a tough time for some. Gains can come slower and you may feel a plateau. The only person to really challenge you may be your instructor. This can lead to boredom. You have 3 choices. Compulsively refine what you already know, seek new and interesting challenges, or quit.
I like quit.
I'm
Just quit, people. After all those years, just give up.
Again, don't quit. No shit, sheer luck. You've come so far. If attempts to acquire skill become frustrating, try contributing.
You mean helping people?
Helping people.
Oh my God. One of the best ways to learn is to show it.
I imagine. I'm gonna pick on Chad. He's the coach.
Yes.
I'm sure that he probably has tougher roles than others. But as the coach, as the leading member of our society, he doesn't probably get pushed and challenged a lot on a daily basis.
I doubt it.
Until he rolls with Croyler and then goes, oh my God. Like I feel stupid. Like he makes everybody feel stupid. I'm not saying you do. I'm just speculating.
Yes.
But yeah, that's got to be like, like I can be pushed by half the class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can be pushed by... 2 people?
2 people? Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would seem like it would suck.
So then it makes you think of Croyler, like, are you bored or have you found a way of manipulating how you roll to...
Yeah, I wonder how Croyler feels during his rolls.
I don't know, man. I can't imagine being that good. And
there's no way we're going to be able to
purple.
ask him on the show or...
Well, he's got to say something politically correct, right?
Yeah, so we need to ask him when he's not anywhere near anybody else.
The only thing I can correlate it to is Hodger Gracie, right? So he runs his own school in the UK, and he is the best in the world, right? For all intents and purposes, top 3, you know, arguably whatever. And he got that way by rolling with blue belts.
Yep.
So he would put himself deeper and deeper and deeper into submissions and just see how far he could get. So he would experiment that way with the students. So I imagine Croyler does the same thing. He refines the stuff he wants to work on, and then he just kind of lets things go deeper and deeper until okay, there's my point where I need to figure something out here.
Yeah.
So it might be just like mind games for him to keep the boredom staved off.
That's what we'll call it.
Again, I'm making shit up.
Again, not a fucking clue.
Yeah. I'm speculating, guessing, and pulling it right out my asshole.
Yes.
So,
Wonderful.
enjoy.
It looked good.
Enjoy this pro tip. Thanks, Croiler.
Yeah, this is great. This is what happens when you let the freaking the inmates run the asylum.
Monkeys run the cage.
Yeah, it's not good, people. I think it's good. We're good shows.
Yeah,
damn it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fuck everybody.
All right, black belt. All right, expectations. No one's jiu-jitsu is perfect, but a black belt should be relatively complete. You will not have a mastery of all positions, but you will likely know enough to provide or reason your way through the key details from almost anywhere. In an interesting inversion, most expectations now come from lower on the BJJ belt hierarchy rather than from above, particularly if you run a gym. Many students will expect you to be invincible.
It's true.
That's a really good point. Chad, he's got to deal with the same thing because he runs a school. Like, all the expectations are on you, bro.
Yeah. Don't suck. Don't suck, bro.
By this time, you've been doing it long enough where you know you're good.
Yeah.
You're good, and you can beat ass. Everybody gets that. You understand that. But yeah, now we're all.
It's still hard to wear that crown if you think about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even a brown belt, like you get a good purple belt, they're going to push you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What
are you gonna do?
But yeah, I don't know how I deal with that because I'm a long way from brown belts.
long way.
All right, mindset. If you've made it this far, then you'll likely have the mindset thing mostly hammered out. You're now fully aware of how much there is yet to learn and how impossible it is to know it all. Everything can be tweaked or refined, and there are new ways of approaching old problems. For the gym owner, living up to expectations of lower belts can occasionally be stressful, but no one is invincible, and trying to live up to expectations may stagnate your progress. Go down the rabbit hole, keep things playful, stay curious, and try to contribute to your grappling community.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're so far away from that. We're like, I have nothing.
We're so
to add.
Disconnected. I got nothing.
Like, sure, sounds good.
High five? High five, everyone.
Swell.
I got nothing.
That's all I got. But I did have a couple other things we could talk about, though.
Sure, what's up?
One in particular. Did you see the girl who got attacked in
Yes, the thing
Brazil?
that we posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if everybody follows our Facebook page, but I posted an article I seen from Jiu-Jitsu Times, of all places.
No shit.
A girl was walking home, I presume, and it was early in the morning, and she got attacked by a man
wielding a knife.
And she used what we all assume is jiu-jitsu to great effect.
Yeah.
Still sucked.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, that shows how important it is to train.
Yeah.
It's such a big deal. And back on the cops episode we had, he had a great point. Like, aren't you worth it? Isn't your family and loved ones worth it to learn? Yeah. This lady found out that it was worth it.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that won't ever happen to me. I'm not walking out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, she never thought about that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't have to be 2 o'clock in the morning.
It doesn't have to be. People get attacked all times a day.
Yeah, people with roses.
I mean, fuck's sake, look what's right. I mean, look what's happening in the news. Like, within the last 24 hours, we had 2 mass shootings. I
don't even want to get into that.
I don't want to get into that. What I'm saying is, they weren't expecting it. Nobody ever expects stuff. So that's why we want to get our loved ones training, you know.
Yeah, get the kids training.
I want the kids training. Yep. I just feel better about it. And I get that even black belts get fucked up. Like, they'll get stabbed and hit and, multiple attackers. I understand all that. But be as prepared as you can be.
Which jiu-jitsu is going to get you as prepared as it can, honestly. Exactly. And that's not even just being, slighted towards jiu-jitsu because I love it so much. Literally, find me another one that will cover you as much as jiu-jitsu will. You won't. Yeah. You just won't.
Especially when you do the Gracie stuff. Like yesterday during class, we did the stand-up with the boxing gloves on.
Yeah.
And it's funny how people's jiu-jitsu gets worse when
you're getting punched.
When they're getting punched. And this is even like, hey, look, we're not trying to be fighters here. We're not UFC.
Unless you're fighting Jesse. Jesse throws some bombs.
Oh, I'm kicking Jesse's ass.
Fucking
don't tell him I said that.
He hit me with a straight left. And it hurt. I'm like, and I stopped him like, fucker, this is not real.
Yeah.
I only have one speed, sir.
Yeah.
Like, son of a bitch.
Get me a new partner. But yeah, what we're supposed to do, Jesse, is like kind of lob slow punches just to kind of get used to people throwing
Striking
punches
you.
at you.
Yeah.
You're right. And it's still even at that, like people are like, well, this is weird.
Yeah,
like, I'm doing a takedown, but I'm getting kind of rabbit punched.
Yeah,
or
rabbit punched in my face.
I'm on mount going for something, but I'm getting rabbit punched, or I'm in, I got him in guard, but I'm getting hit. Like,
yes, this is all bad.
I got almost an armbar set up, but I'm getting hit in my face, and I got to let go of what you know what I mean?
I got to stop defending my face to get the armbar.
Right.
Ugh.
So yeah, my point is like in a Gracie jiu-jitsu, like that's what it is. It's, it's self-defense, and I think that is so important.
It really
to learn.
is.
Yep. Despite Kip and I don't do it for self-defense. We do it because it's fun.
I love it.
Yeah, I like the sport aspect of it, but I don't do the competition. I just like the learning, the knowledge, and roles.
Yes.
But I do understand that even if that's all you do, you're going to be better prepared than people that don't do jiu-jitsu at all. So if you can just find some aspect of jiu-jitsu that you like, or your kids or your spouse, like
even if it is it the self-defense, is it the rolling,
right.
is it just the team camaraderie, the family, all those, just find it, because it's that important to the world. It really is. I know we're kind of preaching to the choir with the people here, but any new listeners that can get a good feel for why we're here, and trying to keep people staying going, becoming blue belts that don't quit. So.
Yeah. And I hear a lot of the kids, they have a different air to them, a confidence. When they get to a certain point, we're like, oh, I can really fight.
I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
It's not even that I can fight. It's I can take care of myself. If everything goes to shit and this guy wants to hurt me, it's not that I can beat him up, but I can stop him.
Right.
Or I can make this a much more conducive situation for me to be in.
Yeah. Knowing that I can stand up for myself, even verbally.
Yeah.
Because if it does go past verbally, it doesn't matter because I'll win. Or I'll at least have a good chance of not getting totally maimed.
Well, I can make it, like I said, you can control it enough where it's not just you getting pummeled into the ground.
Yeah.
It's true.
And
trust me.
Another huge, stupid jiu-jitsu cliche is becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Like it's been said a million times. Oh, it's a hard one because it's so true.
It's so true. That one's tough for me to get rid of because it's so fucking true. Because the very first day you'll probably end up in between another person's legs. How many times are you there outside the bedroom?
Right.
Not very many.
I had a guy that was interested in taking jiu-jitsu. Like he heard about it on, of course, Jocko, because everybody does, right? Yeah.
Sorry,
and,
I like Jocko. I'm just
I like Jocko
sick about
too,
everybody's like, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu because of Jocko. He's not a jiu-jitsu podcast, damn it.
The most frustrating thing ever is I always ask new people, hey, how'd you hear about us? Or how'd you get interested? Oh, I heard it on this podcast. And I get so excited that it was our podcast.
It's not.
It's always Jocko.
Yeah.
Every single time. And it's a lot of times.
Yes. It hurts every single time.
Just offensive. I forgot where I was going with this.
I don't know.
Lost my train of thought.
You really did.
I really did. It just
really
shit.
Did.
Just shit right out.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Good job, buddy.
Yep. Okay, guy. I
gave
got
you
it.
time there.
Go. So a guy comes over, and the first thing I want to teach him was the Oompa, right?
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. The second thing I want to teach him was different positions. So I was telling him about guard. So I'm like, all right, lay on your back, open your legs. I'm going to sit in between your legs. And he's like,
what?
Really uncomfortable. And he even said, dude, I've never had another man between my legs before, and this just feels stupid. Like, I don't like it. And so I'm like, all right, so hold on. Let me explain the nature of the guard, where it came from, why it's famous, why it makes jiu-jitsu the way it does.
Yep.
So I explained it to him, and he's like, oh, that makes sense. I said, watch what I can do to you from my guard.
Yeah.
Like, just stop me from doing whatever. Like, just don't let me do any of this. And in 3 seconds, I had tapped him out. And then another 3 seconds, I tapped him out with something else. And I just did that over and over and over again for about 5 minutes until he went, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And then by the time I think we spent 2 hours the first time. By the time it was done, before he left, he goes, you know what? At first I was really apprehensive and I felt
which
weird.
I think everyone is.
And he goes, but I tell you what, I got over that so quick. Like it just, by the time we were done, it was a non-issue.
No, yeah, and that's what it is it looks and sounds and feels weird when you first start. It just is. It's weird. But you'll get used to it so fucking quick because it's all revolves around that guard. And you're just like, wow, the most uncomfortable of the positions is to have somebody in between your legs, right?
Yep.
Doesn't matter what body part's there. It's weird.
Yeah.
and you get really used to it when every fucking body part does end up in between there. It becomes so second nature so quickly. Yeah. You're just like, oh, that's not what's stopping me from doing this anymore.
I'm not sure if we talked about this on the politics and taboo topics, but about spouses going, okay, my spouse trains, and
yes.
you're rolling with the sweaty man or woman, and you don't like that.
Yeah.
Because in your head, you're like, there's a lot of physical contact, and you're in between her legs or in between his legs or mounted. You know what they're doing, and you're like, ugh. But if you don't train, like if you've never trained and you don't understand what's going on, that mindset, you're going, that I just can't take it. And there's a lot of people.
I could give somebody that. I don't. I mean, it's hard for me because my wife does it and my daughters do it.
But you understand, like, because you've done it.
Because I've done it. If I hadn't done it, it would be weird.
Yeah.
It would be like, why? No.
And explaining it only goes so far.
Yeah.
It's kind of like love. You need to experience it to understand it. People can't just like, you can't read poetry and go, oh, I know what love is now.
I can't believe you got to have pulled love out
flutterby in your tummy.
I should punch you.
You like this?
I really want to punch you.
I knew you'd hate it.
Now.
I was so excited.
It's like love. Fuck off.
It was great.
It's well played.
Thank you.
Well played.
Thank you. I sat on that for a while.
That was bad. Fucking hated it.
But my point is it's one of those things where you're like, all right.
You have to do it.
You have to do it. Yep.
Yeah. So even if you just do it that one or two times, like he did, like if you just want to know, like your spouse is out there doing it, because the reason this comes up is we had this asked to us. It bothered. And was it from a person that did it?
Well, we had one gentleman lose his girlfriend over it at our gym.
Yeah.
It was too much of an issue for her, and she couldn't take it. And you can't explain it to her. No. Like, you tried. He's like, it's just, like, I'm choking her, and she's laughing, and she's like, no, that's weird.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I choke her, and she chokes me. It's cool.
Yeah.
And you're like,
just that sense doesn't make sense.
Jiu-jitsu is kind of like, there's this radio show we have called Free Beer and Hot Wings.
Yeah.
And they have had this game called Sounds of the Game. And
yes.
they do like football or basketball.
Yep.
And they just play these short clips where it sounds dirty, like he's running up the a-hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. So just imagine if you just let them listen to a jiu-jitsu tournament, what fun they would have about that. Like looking at the positions like north, south, and full mount and all this, like, oh my God. Wow.
Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Think about triangle.
Yeah.
What you're doing essentially is throwing a person's face into your crotch.
Your genitals, yeah.
Yeah. Come here. Get closer. Oh, wait, it's not working? Let me squeeze tighter.
Yeah.
It's
funny. On the last show, we're like, okay, don't be that creep. But it's hard, even if you're a creep, it's hard to be a creep when you're getting the life choked out of you.
It's totally different. There's no, come watch class. Even if you don't want to do it, come watch class for a minute. You'll get it really quick. There's nothing involved.
Well, because I got guys at work that they've never done jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But they understand what it is.
Yeah. And
they occasionally one will be a creep and go, do you ever get to roll with women? I'm like, yeah, I actually train with some very beautiful women. And they're like, oh, and they just go on this tangent of how hot that must be. I'm like, dude, it is not.
Oh, it is the opposite.
Like, you come try. I actually don't want them to try it because they're creepy about it.
Yeah,
like,
if you're creepy,
they went on full creep mode, like, originally.
Yeah, I don't stay away from it.
Yeah, stay away. But the point is, I think if they did try it,
you would figure it out real quick. How about you? I'll let them try rolling with my wife. Have fun while she chokes the living shit out of you.
Exactly.
So have fun. Yeah. Good luck. So, but yeah, you're right, dude. Those creepers, man, you'll get that knocked out of you real quick.
One would hope. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's our thought on that.
Yeah,
I think we mentioned it and never talked about it.
Yeah, I think we glazed over it. So I wanted to make sure I said something about it this week.
Yeah, that's what we think.
And even if it's not the creepy thing. Like if
it just makes you uncomfortable. Yeah, it's not a creepy thing.
Not only that, but if you have a spouse that doesn't train and you love training, like you got to pick a happy medium. Like if
you can't just dive all headfirst into it and that's all you do.
Right. So I'm half lucky, right? So I have kids that are into it, and I have an understanding wife.
Yes.
But she doesn't train, and she expects, rightfully so, that I spend time with her.
Oh, such bullshit.
I know, right? If it was up to me, I'd probably train every day.
Yeah.
I would probably even do the stupid no-gi classes if I'm honest, just because I like jiu-jitsu. I like learning. I like the dynamics.
I'm looking at you differently now.
I might put a gi on in the no-gi class
just
if I'm
show
honest.
up and be like, fuck off!
At least the gi pants,
yes.
whatever, dude.
I'm doing what I want.
My point is if you have an understanding wife, you're lucky, but also make sure that you pay attention to wife or husband.
The expectations outside the gym are just as important as the ones inside the gym.
Exactly. So make sure you have your priorities straight.
Yeah.
Have discussions. Talk about this. Like if you're married, you should be having discussions all the time anyway about whatever's bothering you, so that it doesn't become a blow up huge argument. Like I think we've all done that. I'm not sure about you, but I've certainly, like, if you just sit on stuff until you're pissed, and then it's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, no.
And you're like, why is he blowing up over nothing? Well, it's not nothing. It's all the shit I didn't talk about for 6 months.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
I'm
very vocal.
Yeah, fair. My point is,
but I get what you're saying.
Some people have that problem. So it was a question in the Flick chat, like, what do you do if spouses don't train?
Yep.
Well, you don't train as much, plain and simple.
You just can't.
Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the communication's open, and they'll become more understanding. Even if they're not understanding now, the more they care about you, they should, I don't know if your girlfriend or wife sucks, should grow in to see how happy it makes you and how much better it should make everything else around you.
You should put at least as much effort into them as your jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, don't be... I know this one guy. He was a self-proclaimed jiu-jitsu douchebag to his family.
No, that's not good.
No, it's not good. He spent more time at jiu-jitsu than with his family. Like, he wouldn't care. Like, no, this is what I do.
Yeah, no,
like that was just end stop. Well, of course he's divorced.
What?
Now, weird, huh?
Shocker.
But the point is you do your priorities. Like, make sure that you're taking care of everything at home.
Jiu-jitsu life doesn't mean life is jiu-jitsu.
Right.
It's a little different.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu lifestyle, sure.
But it's not your life.
And here's the thing. Like, I know people that train 5 or 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Are they having fun? Sure. Are they getting that much better than the people training 3 days a week? Not really, if I'm honest.
I mean, not really.
Yeah.
No.
Are they? Sure. But
not
it's
so
not,
much
it's
so
not
that
so
it should make you hate
that,
your game because
right.
you're not training that less 2 days a week.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah, typically, if person A started 4 years ago and person B started today, in 4 years, if person A goes 3 days a week or 5 days a week, they're still going to get their ass kicked by
person that
A.
started 4.5 years before. That's the beauty of knowledge.
Yeah.
It works.
That's all I got.
No, I got some stuff.
Ooh, go.
So I have just a little housekeeping stuff. So our patches are in.
Oh,
and I forgot to talk about that on the show. But yeah, we're doing it pretty cheap. We're doing them at just $3.50. They're a small patch. They won't take up too much room. We just wanted to get us out there just because there were so many calls for them. And we've started shipping some of those out. So if you guys want some, just go to, just email us, actually. Get on the Flick chat or just email us at thedads@grapplingdads.com. Just give me your email address. Obviously, it's pretty easy. I'll send you an invoice asking for your address, and I will get it shipped out to you.
Swell.
We have some going out to the UK. I do believe Sam offered to distribute those once they get out there. So we'll be able to ship those to him directly and then have him disperse those out throughout, Great Britain, English people.
Europe
of sorts, I guess, of sorts. We have some going to Germany though.
Fun.
Yeah, super excited about that. But that's the most of what I had. It's always like, share, talk about us, let people know how awesome we are.
Yeah, lie if you have to.
Yeah, you may be lying, but it's fine. They don't know that until they listen. But we appreciate all the reviews. We've gotten a few new ones on iTunes, which we always appreciate.
They're super fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. We love hearing from you guys.
If you want to be part of the conversation, Flick Chat app.
Grappling Dads, one word.
One word, and have fun.
And it's a lot of fun, guys. We just, every week it grows, and it's just more and more fun. There's memes on there. There's talking about judo for no apparent reason.
I know, fucking judo thread, stupid.
Who started that thread?
I'm going to guess it was not hurt yet old guy.
Probably, you son of a bitch.
Speaking of him, I actually want to mention this. He puts this meme up. And he goes, no, it doesn't suck. Mondays don't suck. Your genetics don't stuck. Your partner doesn't suck. The weather doesn't suck. Your negative mindset sucks. Stop complaining about what's missing from your life. Go and manifest the crap out of your dreams. And it was meant to be motivational, right?
Yeah.
So
Paul did not take it that way.
So I just did the whole copy thing, and I went, mostly lies. And he goes, it's William comments, clearly not written by an English person. What else would we have to talk about if it wasn't the weather? That's an Orwellian dystopia that should be fought against at all costs.
I laughed so hard when I read that.
So he goes, this was meant to be a little motivation, has quickly spiraled into a totally different direction.
What do you expect?
Somebody Steve writes, what is motivation? I am unfamiliar with this. I said, it doesn't exist. He goes, oh, I see. It's a myth, like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Yeti.
We are so helpful. The Flick Chat is just changing minds. Not really.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been a fun app. It's become a community, right? Like a cult.
Yes, we've created a cult.
We've created our own jiu-jitsu cult. But no, it's like it's a big community. It's a family. It's fun.
It's super fun on
this
there.
Is a neat way. Like if you like the show, if you like what we talk about, if you want to add to it, if you want questions, we have people that answer stuff.
Yeah.
And, we help each other out.
We answer stuff.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
That don't listen to us, but we have a couple black belts, a few black belts actually that answer
there's a bunch
some
of black belts on there.
And it's just been a fun way to get the community, which is together, and just give each other shit. Really.
And then there's a connection on our website also. Just go down to the bottom, you'll see join us on Flick Chat.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I think it's
cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Oh, and if you guys want to we've had a few requests for the grappling women to come back on the show.
Yes.
If you want that to happen, Paul and I could make it happen.
I guess we'll just get our shit kicked in by the ladies.
I was thinking we have Morgan and Jen on at the same time.
Oof. Let's get them drunk. Get them a little tipsy.
I think that'll happen. So we'll have my wife and Morgan, the Soul Reaper, on.
Nice.
I think
That'll
the
be
goal.
fun.
Morgan's not going to want to come on.
No.
So we probably will have someone else. But it's good in theory.
Yeah, we'll grab a couple ladies.
Yeah, we'll get it on there. We'll have it pretty soon.
Yeah, we did one before, and we'll probably revisit a lot of the things. But with at least Jen,
it'll be great to see where she's at now.
Yeah, because it's been quite a while.
Yeah, she's a blue belt now. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so see if her mindset changed.
Women are very important to our show.
Yeah. Maybe we'll bring a newer somebody on something. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh. We'll figure it out.
Amanda?
She's newer than Jen for sure. I was thinking like a white belt new.
Ooh.
We don't have many anymore.
I was just going to say, do we have any?
We're
going to have to look around. We're going to have to look around. It's okay.
Yeah. So some new lady joins, like, we need you.
What?
Not in a creepy way. We need you to be on our radio show. Yeah. Like, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
Why are you running away? Come back.
Don't leave us.
All right, everybody.
All right. Thank you again.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.